hole, and we found a great fairy fountain. Now this one isn't very important, but it will be very useful 2 temples from now. And I would have gotten it right when I could have gotten it, but I completely forgot about it. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. I'll be glad to take the spell. That would be most gracious of you. Sure. I couldn't think of a word. No. You got Din's fire. Right. So, Ferrari's win. Now she gave us a clue that is very useful, because there is a point when it is really useful for burning things. And that's what we want it for. But it can be useful in combat. Now Ferrari's wind, you use it, and it creates a warp point in the level, which is extremely useful. Din's fire, you use it, and it does this animation, and creates this giant fire circle. It does damage. It's a pretty good attack, but I mean, I've always played, with the exception of the Zelda where the boomerang was like the strongest weapon I've always played the Zelda games I've beaten with the sword as your main means of attack, but I've only finished 4 of them. So I mean, no, I finished 5. And out of the 5, only 1 had a weapon stronger than the sword, or more useful than the sword. This one has the Deku stick, but that plays like the sword, and it's only really useful for 1 fight. So Dinfire's okay, but I mean, I don't know how strong it really is because I really used it. Because the swords just seem better, especially the big Goron sword. So we just got Din's fire. That is a thing, and we also got our double magic, which is more useful than Din's fire because it lets us effectively use Faor's wind or later Naru's love. Which I don't use Naru's love often, or at all really, so it's not a huge deal. But it is helpful to have that option. Like I said in my last cast, I won't be doing the 4th bottle. Because you don't even need the 3 bottles I have, but I have them for safety. Because you only need 1. And I have that. And the other 2 are filled with fairies. So you see Kakariko Village blinking in Zora's Domain. Those are kind of like the directionals telling me where I should go. And they're right. I am going to go to Zora's Domain now, which I've gone to already. We've seen it in its frozen state. When I got the big Goron sword. Because I had to free the Zora King. And he actually is supposed to give me something and I forgot to grab it before I started the big Goron quest, so I couldn't. I will be doing that now. Because it saves me having to farm some money. Which is always nice. Saving time is nice. This next temple is the second longest temple in the game as far as like actual temples go. It can be the longest if you forget even one room. Because it is by far the most confusing temple of the entire game. This is the temple that people remember. Go back and remember it was the one that was the hardest because, not even because of the boss, or really because of the difficulty, but they remember it as difficult because it's really easy to forget a room or to look over a room, and then you're lost without a key, one key, for hours because of oversight, essentially. I need to reorganize this because my controller is pulling on the microphone. And I don't want it to unplug the microphone. So we're gonna go talk to the Zora King and make sure he gives me my blue tunic, which we need later. We don't need it necessarily right this moment, but earlier we get it the better. So we don't forget about it later.
It looks like you have had a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater.
There's my blue tunic. Now, you get both of these tunics for free, but you can buy them if you lose them, or you don't talk to the necessary people to get them. The red one you kind of have to talk to the guy, I think. With this one you don't. You can just go straight out to the mini dungeon that you have to do, or you could go straight to the water temple, which would be a bad idea, because you'll learn immediately that you aren't supposed to be there yet. Now I'm gonna go this way because of this. Then we need to come over here, which I showed off earlier when I was doing Jabba Jabba. I said we would come to this cave later in the game, and later is now. Now, if you remember this, this is the red flames. We can only break those with the blue fire, which I mentioned I needed the Giant's wallet to Giant's wallet to get the blue fire. But that's only because I couldn't come here yet. I didn't want to come here yet. I don't think I could. I can't be entirely sure on that because I'm not. And I don't think I could actually come into the cave yet. I was just sort of taking a stab in the dark with that. I don't remember the ice cave at all, I just remember it's here. And I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here other than I know what item I get here, and that's it. Everything will kind of come back as I do it, but and that blade does hurt me if I touch it. Which I just hit myself with it because I knocked myself back. There's a skull out of here, so I'm gonna grab that since it's right there. I don't really care anymore because I don't know what the 30 and what the 40 and 50 rewards are. I just know they aren't needed. And that's enough for me not to really care about obtaining them. If I get them, I will go grab them, but that is an if and a big one at that. Because I'm not going out of my way to get them anymore. I'm just sort of collecting them as I do my dungeons. I'm hoping the 40 is the heart piece. As I know there's a heart piece still left to get. Since I got the rumble pack and I got the 2 wallets. So I know there is a heart piece still left to obtain. There's the blue fire. And here's a new type of bat. If you are interested in that. I do need to go get my new quivers eventually. Because that's going to be a problem later. Probably. Maybe, maybe not, honestly. This mini dungeon is worse for me than a lot of the normal dungeons because of the nature of the dungeon. Has these freezy enemies in them. This blue fire, it doesn't seem natural. Maybe you can use it for something. So we're gonna grab the 1 bottle that's empty. Damn it. Thought I was fast enough. Now would be a good time to utilize Dense Fire. I'm not doing that. And you can tell how well it's working out for me. Well, here's our map. It is 1 floor, which is nice. I'm gonna leave this room because I don't need to be in here anymore. I got another blue fire in case I need it. Pretty sure I will need it. I came out from top. So we're gonna try this side first. I think this is the one I want to go to. I want to go to the side that only has the one room. And that's not this side. Which is upsetting. But there's blue fire in this room, so this works, I guess. Ah, fuck you. My aim is slightly off. But you learn. I haven't really been using my bow much, so my aim with my bow would obviously be a little bit worse than it should be. I do need blue fire for this room. As I just saw, there's a silver, something I need to obtain inside blue fire. Silver root. So I don't really remember this puzzle very well, but I was just sort of going at it logically. I need to grab the rupees, so and once you push it off, it shows back up. I have no way of continuing, so the only approach is to move it. Trying to get my mic perfect. Kind of annoying. Gotta learn it. Because my noise gate is cutting off a little too early. I might have to lower the noise gate. I shouldn't need it as much with the microphone. Who knows? I definitely don't want to have constant breathing on stream chat. I know it could be infuriating. Definitely fucked that up. Should have gone here. It would have hit this. No, that wouldn't either. Hmm. Here maybe? Yeah. I just off slightly. Somehow that didn't hit me. I don't have blue fire. Which, hurts a little bit because now I'm stuck here. We're gonna have to grab blue fire again. I should have expected that. I think I did this wrong. But that's taken care of. We are now into the room. Starry room with the Wolfos. And he dies instantly because of Big Goron's sword. It's a really cool room design, but you can tell it's a box. I'm so tired and I don't.
If you came here to meet Zoras, you wasted your time.
This is all there. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under the thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of it. Unless you shut off the source, the ice will never. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, teach you melody. Time passes. Will move. It's full. Childish mind. Young love will come deep. Clear water's surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade. Fantastic. Link goes. So we're finished enough with this dungeon to leave, and I don't really care about the Skalana. I kinda wanted to go to the other room first to get it, but now that I've finished, I don't care. So we're gonna try and leave without dying. That's the goal now, but this room is going to make it very difficult to reach that goal. Because it's being a dick about it. Yeah, this room right here was the room I wanted to get. And that's fine. Don't have to get the Skalana. Not a big deal.